9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the podcast from Doug Ground Up Productions with hosts Lady Miz and Ray. This is a universal platform, and there is nothing off limits. We talk about it all, and we keep it real. This is a no judgment zone, so come as you are. If you are a professional, entertainer, author, comedian, entrepreneur, or just someone who wants to get something off their chest, well, let your voice be heard here on From the Ground Up Productions. Sponsorship and other opportunities are available from the Ground Up Productions. Turning nothing into something. There's only one way to go from here. And now, here are your hosts, Lady Miz and Ray.
Yeah, y'all already know what it is. It's From the Ground Up Productions. There's only one way to go from here. I'm your host, Lady Miz. This is my co-host. Yes, and y'all are tuned into From the Ground Up Productions, where creators meet, okay? I'm chopping it up today with a good friend of mine, Jay Smooth from the 313. You know what I'm saying? Yes, can't wait to bring him on. But we're going to be chopping it up with him, and y'all going to get to hear this story because this is a deep story. He has spoken on it before, but we're going to speak on it again because we will not let the story die until justice is served, goddammit, all right? So, without further ado, let's bring on the one and only Jay Smooth. That's right.
Go.
All right. What's good, my brother? How you doing?
What up, though? I'm doing great. How y'all doing?
Chilling.
We doing good. We could complain, but we won't. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Who's listening anyway?
That's a fact. Well, listen, I'm so happy to have you on. You know what I mean?
Glad to be here.
Yes, it's a pleasure to have you. We definitely, want to chop it up and just really kind of get right into it, for the reason that you even here in the first place. But before we get into that, tell people a little bit about yourself, like what you do, things that you've done before, and then we're going to get into the story.
Okay. Well, my name is Jon Hall. I'm from Detroit. I'm an artist, CEO of Turn It Up Records. I used to rap a long time ago. I set it down, so I'm just picking it back up.
All right. Okay. All right. So, artist, you got the CEO of the record company. And today you are here to tell us about a situation that happened with you with someone who is, I would say, a scam artist out there?
Correct. Latoya Landmap. That's correct.
Okay, so tell us about what happened with Latoya and how you even got into contact with her.
Okay. Well, it was about 12 years ago. I did a joint venture with a rapper from Detroit, Big Gov. And we got the opportunity to get with a video show, Al Nuke at Night. And we went to this big concert in Detroit. And we were backstage, and that's how I met her, Latoya Landmap.
So what, let me turn this down a little bit. The concert, who was performing at the concert?
It was T.I. farewell concert before he did his bid. So it was T.I., Jeezy, Plies. I think one more person, I forget. I hate that, but I forget.
It's all good. And this concert where was the concert at again?
I was in Detroit.
In Detroit.
At a big venue, yeah.
Okay, so let's get to what happened here because you obviously is still pissed off because justice obviously was not served. Tell us what happened. How did we get to the point of you here today and why you're here today?
Okay, well, I went to that concert. Like I said, I was in a joint venture with the rapper Big Gov, guy I grew up with. And we didn't go there to meet nobody. We was just there with the video show to promote our video. So a week later, he brought this woman to my house. I remember seeing her go in and out young Jeezy dressing room with a clipboard, working. I'm backstage, so I'm seeing stuff other people not seeing. So once he brought her to my house, I thought it was business. I thought it was up. So I started dealing with her. Yeah, that's how that went down. So A week later, after the concert, the rapper I was dealing with brought her to my house.
Okay, before we move forward, when you say dealing with her, are you talking about on a business level or on the personal level, like y'all was hooking up, friends with benefits? What type of dealing are we talking about?
All business. I would have went personal, but the stakes was too high for me to even play with this one. So it was all
Okay.
business. Yeah, I didn't do nothing.
Okay. All right. Hey, we don't know because you are the weave killer. Stop playing.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah. I like to get live, but I passed on that one.
I hear that.
Yeah.
So
I was trying to get to the money.
get to the bag. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. So she was brought to you, and how did all these transactions start happening?
Well, we was just in talks, so that was a big concert, and we was trying to build his fan base. So we said if he could open up for one of these big guys, that will open us up. So that's all we was trying to do. And one thing led to the other. I said I'm gonna try to do an after party. That went over my head. So I said, okay, well I'm gonna try to do the concert and the after party. That way, don't nothing get past me. So it took me 10 months to put that money together, and that's what I did. That
How
was the
much
goal.
money are we talking?
Huh?
How much money are we talking?
$100,000. That's for the
Whew.
concert and the after party and everything that go along with it. Venue, everything.
$100,000.
And looking back now, she probably put a little tax on that. So he probably wasn't going for everything she said. She probably played with the numbers, but at that time, my mother had breast cancer, so I was a little unfocused.
Right.
So once I saw her backstage, I'm from the hood, and the rapper I was dealing with, he was up close and personal with him. I'm like, oh, we in, But paperwork is always the first thing, and I know that. So that's a mistake I made. I only had in my head, I got to fly doctors in, fly my mother out, do whatever I could do for my mother. So I made some mistakes in the process of dealing with her. That was my fault as well, but she clearly was a crook in the incident.
Wow, she's lucky you ain't a different person because that kind of money.
Oh, I didn't know where she was at, and that's God. So,
oh yeah.
And I don't want her dead. Dead ain't gonna give me my money, but I was feeling like that. But I don't want her dead. I want my money. I don't even want her to go to jail. I want my bread. So,
Right.
12 years later, I still ain't got it. But I'm still here. My mother a survivor of breast cancer, so that's great.
Yes, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, because I was going to ask about that for sure. So thank God that she's a survivor of that.
Right.
So, you're going through the motions. You're not clearly thinking at the time, but you're still trying to conduct business while being under stress. And you basically trust this woman and you give her money, and it adds up to $100,000 for basically everything for a big concert to take place. And was there paperwork involved?
It was paperwork involved once I had to get a lawyer on her. Once I saw she was going left, there wasn't no paperwork at first. She was my link to Jeezy.
Okay.
I saw her going in the dressing room. So when the rapper brought her to me, I'm like, oh, we in. That's all I was thinking. We didn't do no paperwork. I just thought, she was the link to Jeezy. So starting off, it was no paperwork.
Okay, so starting off.
And that was the biggest mistake. Me and the rapper had paperwork. I don't know her. I should have had paperwork. But I'm going to say this. See how I could say it. I didn't know and she didn't know we had a lot of mutual friends. Some of these people are big time, like on TV and things like that. So that's the sticky part to it. I don't think a lot of people want to touch it. But, I ain't going to leave it alone till, I ain't going to never leave it alone.
So basically, is she still out in the industry doing, booking shows for industry artists?
Yeah, I heard she was. And, I know some of the people that she allegedly supposed to be running with, but I don't want to name them. I'm going to keep it like this. I got a song that's coming out, and that's going to explain a lot. I really not, I don't really have the words to really, everything I could say, I think I already said. But I just want to let her know I'm still around, and whoever else connected to it, that I'm still around, And it's more to come. It ain't over.
Now she was trying to get you to have Jeezy perform, right?
Correct, concert and an after party.
Did he? Do you think he knew anything about this going on or what she did?
I didn't speak to him. I say he had to know. As I went through lawyers and private investigators and whatever I could do, one of my lawyers put me with a lawyer in Atlanta. My lawyer here, Gregory J. Reed, put me with Alan S. Clark in Atlanta, and he had a rapport with one of Jeezy's lawyers. So I came close to getting the show with some, back end type situation they was speaking on. But it was 80-20, the numbers was all messed up, but it would have beat a 0, but that never happened either. So for them to consider giving somebody a show that they don't know nothing about, where they do that at?
Yeah.
So that's how that went.
Mm. That is crazy. So let me ask you. So all of this happens. You didn't do paperwork in the beginning. You was under a lot of stress. You started noticing. What did you start noticing that made you say something is not right here? What were the red flags?
Well, I knew it was going to take some time because I didn't have that type of money at once. So like I said, it took me about 10 months and I had help, and it took about 10 months. So I knew it was going to take time. I guess after about 4 or 5 months, I started thinking it's, something went right.
So you was making these payments to her in installments?
Yep. Mostly wires. And I kept all them wires. That's how I won my judgment in court. Because it's right there. One time I met a mother or auntie, I don't know, Lucy Map. I remember the name. Still got the check, cashier check. That was for $8,900, I believe. So wow. $8,900 to Lucy Map. The rest went to Latoya Map. All wires. How you gonna run from the wires?
Right.
So you don't believe I did it. They go to wires.
Right.
Whoever
right.
don't, it's hard for some people to believe, but it's a true story.
Absolutely. So you were able to take her to court. Did she show up? Did she appear? Was it how did that go?
No, she didn't show up in my case. She was still on the run. And my lawyer went in there and secured that judgment. It was secured in Georgia as well through Alan S. Clark. Alan S. Clark got clients such as T.D. Jakes, Cat Williams, A-list people. I'm just a regular guy, but he took my case. But I believe big bank take little bank. I believe that. So when they back doors, back behind closed doors doing these deals, it wasn't really no chance for me to win because they gonna pass. I feel like they're gonna pass an envelope around and forget the little guy, So I believe that's what happened. I ain't known and established in the game. They are what Jeezy is. Latoya is just a crook, and I think he slid her to the side after this too. But I don't know.
Damn,
she's still on the run. She's still out doing what she do. That's what I'm hearing.
And so many, you know what? It's so crazy. There's so many scams out there. I watched the show. Here's the show that Remy do the talking
I know what you're talking about.
My true crime story and stuff. Yeah. There's always some, you know what I mean? Like I literally, I feel you. I don't trust nobody no more in none of this whole business.
And I didn't then. I was just blinded on some real life stuff, like situation with my mom, and I was just moving too fast at the time.
So when they settled for the judgment for you, did they settle for the whole amount of 100,000? Was it a partial amount? What was the settlement?
It was 90,000. It was 90,000. It ended up being 90,000 because some of my paperwork I end up losing. I guess when I gathered it all up, it was missing 10, but that's what it was.
And you haven't got $1 of that payment yet.
Not $1.
And how do they go after somebody like this that owes that type of money? How what is the process?
From what my lawyers was telling me, they hit bank accounts, they put liens on houses, like they put a lien on Lucy Map house, but I don't have an issue with Lucy Map. I got an issue with Latoya Map. I wouldn't take nothing to nobody but the person I'm dealing with. So they put a lien on houses, they hit bank accounts, but she's such a good crook, ain't nothing there. She don't have no money in them places. So wasn't nothing there. But if you look her up and Google her name, it says her net worth was $500,000. She stay in a gated community in Georgia. What is it? Roswell. That's what comes up when you pull her up.
Roswell, that's in Georgia, right?
Right. Gated community.
Okay. Wow. Unbelievable.
So nobody's made an attempt to put a lien on her stuff, so she understands she owes that.
I didn't get no information on that. Nope, nothing like that.
Now I've always
some years. Okay. After about 3 or 4 years of paying lawyers and private investigators, I had to stop because I'm spending money chasing my own money. And I realized that, and I said, you know what? I got to do something else. But I got so frustrated with the rapper I was dealing with in this situation, I just set the music down. That's why I never did a song on this subject sooner. But now that I'm back playing with the music, that's the first thing I'm gonna do.
Now I understand.
I hear that.
In judgments, when they don't pay, the judge usually puts an interest on it. Did they add an interest on it so that if she didn't pay it, she owes you an interest for however long she's late?
I believe so, and I believe it was supposed to last 10, 12 years. I really forget because I really just set it down. I was feeling violent, and like I said, I couldn't do nothing if I wanted to because I didn't know I don't know where she at. Somebody brought her to me. I didn't know nothing really about her, and I wasn't expecting this. So, that's how that went. It was just surprise.
How did this affect you overall? Like, I understand as an artist, you just kind of like really just said, I'm done with this whole thing. Did it affect you where you just wanted to give up on everything when it comes to the music? Did it affect you on a personal, mental level, losing that type of money?
It affected me, in every area of my life. But the most important part, like I said, I wasn't doing it for me. I had an Escalade at the time, brand new off the lot. I had everything I wanted that a neighborhood guy can want. I was trying to help my mother. So, that was the devastating part, that it crippled me in that aspect. I had everything. I had the stuff the rappers on the video with. Not bragging, but I had it. So that wasn't it. I was trying to help my mom at any cost. And, I wanted to be ready for that. So that was it. But I love music. That's why I'm coming back.
So I was just about to ask you, what can we expect coming from you now as far as one, are you still going to continue to go after her or go back to court and see if anything can happen? And are you doing anything on the music tip? What could we expect from you at this point?
Yeah, like I said, when I set it down, I wasn't checking on it at all. When both of them lawyers, high profile lawyers, couldn't get me paid, I didn't see nothing that I could do as far as, handling it that way. But I got a song coming out called Where That Money At. And it's talking all about
my money.
Where that money at. And it's talking about the situation. And that's going to be my closure to it.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. J Smooth. I do got one last question for you. And I appreciate you coming on here and sharing your story with us. And we definitely hope that you get your money back or justice will be served. Continue to put the word out there because no one should ever get away with anything like this. It's really messed up. But one of the things that I wanted to ask you is if you could give advice to somebody right now that is looking to be a promoter or do what you do, what would you say to them based off of your experience on how to go about doing things?
Paperwork is the first thing. So that locks everything down. You got to do paperwork off the bat. And you good. None of that verbal stuff, no friendship involved. I don't care how long you've been knowing them. Paperwork. And if you don't know, get you a lawyer and do paperwork. It starts with paperwork.
Got you. So even, and I guess I said that was the last question. This is the last one. You do paperwork and you go after her, you win the judgment. But if she has nothing to give, how do you get something out of someone who might not have anything, because people like that normally don't have stuff because they run around scamming different people, you know what I mean? So they don't really keep, they get, spend, and go to the next victim. How do you get something for somebody even if your paperwork is right?
Like I said, in my case, I came up with nothing. I lost confidence in it. That's why I said the song gonna be my closure, and I'm just gonna move on. You know, I had already said I didn't never want to bump into her. What we gonna talk about if I bump into her in the street? You know, you're not obviously you weren't gonna pay me, so I just said I'm gonna do the song and move on. But also, I'm not the only victim. Like I said, it was 4 or 5 other people that she scammed, and I want to say it was like $500,000. So I don't know what they doing, but I believe it was a couple of them who still got active cases on her. So you know, I'm watching. And I'm going to still do whatever I can to assist them or myself. But basically, in my head, I'm gonna get some more money. Because it seemed like I go away from situations that's going to take me backwards. I'm trying to move forward. That'll definitely take me backwards. If I leave out of here and go to the store and run into her, you know, I'm not trying to beef with nobody, especially a woman. But, you know, where that money at? That's in my head right now.
That's what we're talking about. Where that money at? And like Rihanna would say, bitch better have my money. Okay.
Man.
You ever thought about using them search sites to see where she was at?
No, I had stopped. I used to Google her name all the time, and like I said, that stuff, I pull up different stuff, but it didn't do me no good. It would only aggravate me more, so I left it alone. Yeah. I learned to leave it alone after years. It took me a while, but I eventually left it alone.
All right. Well, like you said, where that money at, we're going to be looking for that. Please make sure you come to From the Ground Up Productions with it first, baby. We want to be the first ones to drop the bomb on that.
For sure, I'm going to get it to you. That's gonna be serious. So I'm going to leave it all on. They say they leave it all on the court. I'm going to leave it all on the track.
Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. And again, we thank you for coming on and sharing your story with us. Definitely want to shout you out. You're going to always be like family to me from DJC Radio Global. RIP to DJ Cisco. Okay. And that's how, you know, I met him through you, and I always like to acknowledge that. And he definitely was like, you know, family to me as well. I had a great relationship with him. So, you know, you good peoples, and I appreciate you for everything too, because you definitely, you know, link people, hook people up, and stuff like that. So you always got good intentions for others out there. So we
I love DJ Cisco. Also, he did an interview on me in 2016 on this same subject. If you Google Young Jeezy and Jon Hall, it'll pop up. And that's how I got started. That's how we started putting air on it. Cisco gave me a platform, and I love him for that. Rest in peace to Cisco. We're gonna keep his name alive.
That's a fact.
Rep.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So Jay Smooth, you already know what it is. We're going to be in touch. Okay. We thank you again for coming on. And we might have a part 2 to this if somebody else is willing to pull up and tell their story to the same person that scammed them. So hopefully look out for part 2. Thank you all for tuning in to From the Ground Up Productions, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.
We hope you enjoyed your time with From the Ground Up Productions. We'll see you next time. Be sure to add our channel to your Roku list and listen to us on all streaming platforms.
From the ground up. From the ground up. There's only one way to go from here.